breaking news. The top cop in South suburban Dalton is facing a bankruptcy charge tonight, leading to new questions about who's in charge of the police department and whether the feds are closing in on the village's mayor.
WGN's Jenna Barnes is live in Dalton now with the very latest.
Man, listen. Things are getting rapid right now, ladies and gentlemen. Real rapid. Does this sound familiar to you guys? What? Bankruptcy charges? That doesn't sound like... Wait, hold on. That kind of sounds like...
A top aide to Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has been indicted for bankruptcy fraud. It comes amid ongoing questions about Henyard's spending and leadership.
And legal experts say it could be the first sign that the feds are trying to get people to share what they know about potential government corruption in the south suburbs.
Oh, are they? Oh, do you think? It's almost like a copy and paste headline. The copy and paste headline, people. These people are crooks. And to be honest, they're the stupidest crooks that I could really think about. Because why is everybody committing bankruptcy fraud at the same time? Lacy's making over $200,000 in overtime, more than his regular pay. He can't just, pay what he owes? Crazy, right? Keith Freeman making crazy money. We don't even know how much money he's making. You can't just pay what you owe? Insanity, bro. So, listen, folks. The walls are falling down for Tiffany Henyard. We have Lacy, who is 100% cooperating with the feds. I said... Keith Freeman is more than likely going to do it. Lacy is 100% cooperating with the feds. And why do I say that? The man is 61 years old. Now, check out this WGN article real quick. Not only is it a bankruptcy charge, right? I think the biggest thing, excuse my voice crack, is that the man is 61 years old. Do you think he wants to spend 1 year in prison? Do you think he wants to spend 6 months in prison at that age? I mean, nobody wants to go to prison, but at that age, things are looking shaky. We're not trying to go to jail. Okay, and on top of this, what does this say? According to a 9-count indictment returned in the U.S. District Court in Chicago on Monday, he is indicted for fraud, among other things. 9 counts of things. A police officer, somebody in uniform, 9 counts. Holy shit. That's crazy. Listen, it gets crazier. Let's continue. Check this out. The indictment alleges that since the 1980s, Lacy filed several personal bankruptcy cases in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Illinois, including in 2019 and 2020. The dude has been doing this thing forever, bro. The 1980s, he probably taught Tiffany how to do some bankruptcy fraud if she needed it. You know, if you ever need some bankruptcy fraud tips, baby, come to Lacy. Lacy's an OG at this shit. He even, listen how much of an OG he is. He has a spouse. I don't know who the hell would be fucking on Lacy, to be real. Honestly, I don't know how he is married, but okay. But for his spouse, according to the indictment, in the oral statement, and documents submitted in the bankruptcy cases, Lacy allegedly lied about being separated from his spouse and claimed that she had not resided with him or contributed to the monthly income and mortgage. What? Dude is full of shit, basically. So anyway, we're going to continue this report that WGN dropped. But listen, long story short, Henyard is going to jail because Lacy's not. Freeman's not. Who do they want? They want Tiffany. Freeman already said, I'm not going to jail. He's working with the trustees. He's working with everybody. What is Lacy going to say? Do you think he wants to go to jail with people who fucking hate him? Listen, there is some deep hatred for Lacy. And there's a lot of family members who got some family members in jail. Maybe Lacy even helped put him in there. There's real hatred for that man. He don't want to go in there. No.
Dana and Ben, this is the second close ally of Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard to be indicted on federal bankruptcy fraud. And the lawyer tonight for Deputy Chief Lacy tells me this is all part of prosecutors' strategy to get them to turn on Henyard. The man at the helm of Dalton's police department, Deputy Chief Lacy, now facing federal charges.
It's a great day in Dalton. Justice is being served.
Lacy, an ally of Mayor Tiffany Henyard, is charged with bankruptcy fraud, making false statements, and perjury, accused of concealing his income and lying about his spouse's income to avoid paying more than $40,000 he owed in a lawsuit settlement. The case dating back to
It's $40,000, bro. Throw that at the people and go on with your day. What are you even gonna spend that $40,000 on, bro? Your bills are paid. You made $200,000 in the past couple of years on overtime. Use your salary and pay them off. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't make sense to me. All that does is raise suspicions. Like, it's a $40,000 settlement. You're making money, bro. That's a month of work for you. Not really, but 2 months of work for him. Nah, bro. Man, I hope he goes to jail. I really did. People like him need to be in jail. I don't know how the fuck he was a police officer ever. But there's people like him all over the country, all over the world.
2015. The indictment notes Lacy has filed for bankruptcy 7 times since the 1980s.
I'm
sorry. I'm just going to pause it one more time. 7 bankruptcies? That's a career bankruptcy, bro.
Because this man needs to be taken off the street. He does not need a gun or anything.
Those who've been pushing back against the Henyard administration are celebrating the charges, but Lacy's lawyer calls them a witch hunt.
They're trying to find people that will shy away and cooperate with them against the mayor.
Lacy is the second Henyard ally to face a bankruptcy fraud charge. Village Administrator Keith Freeman pleaded not guilty. He's now cooperating with the village trustees who are investigating the mayor, and some believe him to be a whistleblower as well.
They start with people that they believe that they can flip. They go down the line. They show up at 6 o'clock in the morning when a person is not lawyered up, when a person is just waking up, and they're telling you, oh, I'm here to talk to you and be nice to you and don't worry about it. And you're not under arrest. And then we're going to leave and we're not going to arrest you today. But here are some questions that we have for you. So immediately a person puts his foot in the mouth and from there, the fish is caught.
Is that what they did with Lacy?
To a certain degree, yes.
The indictment is separate.
Yo, but the difference is Lacy is law enforcement. What are you talking about? Put his foot in his mouth. There shouldn't be any foot to put in the mouth if you're not doing nothing. Psh, that lawyer's full of shit. Listen, the lawyers are there to pick up a check. And honestly, more power to them. Salute the lawyers. Shout y'all out. Shout out Henyard's lawyers. Shout out Chief Lacy's lawyers, because they're going to take that L. But they're going to go home and they're going to open up their Chase bank account. They're going to open up their Bank of America bank account. They're going to open up their Wells Fargo. They're going to open up their Goldman Sachs. And they're going to seize that money, baby. Fuck yeah, it's a win for them. So, I mean, the people who are winning in this situation are the lawyers. Everybody else is losing because there's nothing. Come on, dog.
From former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's findings that Lacy was paid more than $200,000 in overtime in the last few years, despite not being eligible to receive OT.
With all due respect to Lightfoot, it was her conclusion. She's nobody. She's just the person that came out with a conclusion, and the village is taking it as if it was the scripture.
The village fired the deputy chief.
Man, shout out the lawyers, bro. Make that money, big dog. I ain't got nothing but love for you, bro. Because you gonna lose anyway. Might as well, come on, pay me. Sign that little contract, big dog. I'm gonna represent you at the best of my ability. You're still going to jail, though. Just so you know. I'm just being real with you.
Last week, after placing him on leave, we're told he showed up to work even after receiving his notice of termination.
There are some good people working for the police department in Dalton. My wife and I have met a couple of them. And I hope the powers that be we'll allow one of the good ones to fill the space.
The community already looking ahead to where this indictment may lead.
We got to take the rest of the trash out.
Yeah. Yep.
Lacy's lawyer says he will surrender in court at a date yet to be determined, and he plans to plead not guilty.
7 bankruptcies. Boy, get the fuck out my face. Boy, I don't know, how do things like this not get noticed, bro? Since the 80s? Since the 80s. This has nothing to do with Tiffany. This man has been a piece of fucking shit forever. Henyard just probably noticed that he was a piece of shit. Birds of a feather, right? She wanted to flock together. She wanted to pick up a few tactics for the optics, all that good shit. Listen, Henyard's coming next, folks. Henyard is coming next, but it's not going to be as soon as you think. It's going to be a bit of time, but she's the next big one because at this moment, listen, Lacy, we don't know how many interviews Lacy has given. We might have video interviews of Lacy in a few months. Listen, there might be so much. We might have video interviews of Keith Freeman in a few months because they are asking questions now. And now the balls are being squeezed and there's a little torque added and they're twisting the balls right now. And it's starting to hurt. And when your balls get twisted, you start talking. That's the one thing you learn about men. And that's what's happening right now. So stay tuned, people. This story is not even close to done. This is a new chapter. This is a new chapter of the Tiffany Henyard fall, the downfall. It really is. You're going to see. But anyways, folks, I'm going to see you in the next one. We're going to stay close to this one. And yeah, shit's getting crazy out here.